new political storm is brewing in Kyiv. Ukraine's former President Petro Poroshenko has launched his strongest attack yet on President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, accusing him of eroding democracy and weaponizing state power against critics, opponents, and independent voices. Poroshenko warned that Ukraine's leadership is drifting toward autocracy, even as the country fights to defend its freedom on the battlefield against Russia.
Our democracy has been a source of strength and resilience. Undermining it would weaken Ukraine far more than any external criticism ever could. As we fight Russian autocracy, we cannot afford to drift toward autocratic practices at home. Ukraine does not have the luxury of losing its independence, but neither does it have the luxury of losing its democracy.
His warning came just hours before the European Commission released a fresh report on Ukraine's readiness to advance in EU accession talks. While the report praised Kyiv's commitment to European integration, it also raised concerns about democratic backsliding and growing pressure on anti-corruption institutions, echoing many of Poroshenko's fears. The former president pointed to the indictment of Volodymyr Zelenskyy, ex-head of the state-owned power company, calling it a politically motivated prosecution. Zelenskyy, who has criticized Zelensky's handling of Ukraine's energy sector, says the charges are nonsense and that he is being targeted with Zelensky's approval.
The State Bureau of Investigation functions as an instrument for carrying out political orders against opponents.
Poroshenko himself remains under sanctions and legal restrictions that freeze his assets and bar him from leaving the country. Measures he calls trumped-up charges meant to silence the opposition. He warned that democratic erosion at home could weaken Western support abroad, feeding Russian propaganda and shaking confidence in Ukraine's leadership.
When critics are targeted and anti-corruption activists are attacked, it gives arguments to those abroad, especially to Russian propaganda, to challenge support for Ukraine. It also demoralizes Ukrainians themselves.
As Ukraine pushes ahead with EU reforms and braces for another winter of war, Poroshenko's accusations have exposed widening cracks within Kyiv's political elite and reignited a deeper question over whether Ukraine can preserve its democracy while fighting to defend its sovereignty.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.